This BeamNG mod brings a very unusual Alfa Romeo to the game. It's the Alfa Romeo Freetime, a concept car from 1984. This mod just had a load of updates and it's now been made free for everyone to download. So it's a compact MPV concept car from the 1980s, about 10 years before compact MPVs were popular. It's quite an unusual car because it has 3 doors only, so one on either side, a lot of space in the interior by the way, and a hatchback, and on the hatchback you can see Freetime. In Italian this car is known as the Tempo Libero. We've also got quite a lot of room in the back, and the interior is, well, quite dated. Look at these dials here, really outdated, so like 1960s style dials, and then, I mean, the interior quality is not that great. Yes, the seats are textured, but most of the rest of the interior isn't. But let's have a look under the hood. This car has a 1.5 litre flat 4 engine. It's an Alfa Romeo unit that was also used in the Alfa Romeo 33, and actually the chassis from this car is based on the 33 as well. So being a flat 4 engine, it has that unique sound. So, driving the Freetime. Now, that engine has 95 horsepower. Quite a lot for a 1.5 litre engine in the 1980s, but it also weighs slightly less than a ton. So this is a light car, and it handles surprisingly well. That flat 4 engine also has enough torque to really push this car along. Whoa! But no anti-lock brakes. It was the 1980s after all. Whoa! Just about squeezed through that gap there. So this car was designed by Zagato, a company or a coach builder that have designed so many different Alfa Romeos, Italian supercars, and loads of cool concept cars over the years. This was a very futuristic design because the MPV didn't become popular until the Renault Scenic in 1996. It was over a decade ahead of its time. You can see the collision triangles here, or the J-beam visualization. It looks okay, but let's see what the crash model is like. Okay, I want to go as fast as possible. 60 miles per hour is usually my target for a crash test. Here we go, 60 miles per hour into an FCV. Wow. Okay, lots of bits flying off. It's quite impressive. Not much deformation on the cabin, although you can see the door is slightly separated from the body. Unfortunately, a bit of the interior has got all spiky and kind of come through the cockpit, although that does happen, just not like that. This mod has 11 different configs, including some highly tuned engine swaps. This mod is free to download on Coffee. It's by the up-and-coming modder Bixo, and I'll leave a link in the description. So this is the holiday config. It has a box on the roof and a little sat-nav accessory inside. We also have a bit more horsepower, 110, and along with the roof bars and the roof box, we can put some cargo inside. You can also put a cargo box on the back seat. So this mod does support BeamNG career mode. Now I love quirky cars in BeamNG. The quirkier the better, and I've featured some really quirky cars on the channel in the past. What I really love about the interior here is that the speedometer is all the way over here. I mean, the original Mini had the speedometer in the center. This is crazy! You can barely see it. Look, I've got to look all the way over there. Now, we do have the right-hand drive interior here, so we've got both left-hand drive and right-hand drive models. On a long and winding road like this, the car feels nice. It's got quite a good turn of speed. Pushing it in, there's not that much understeer. You do get a lot of torque steer, though, from the front wheels. But yeah, nobody knew in 1984 that this kind of car would be very successful because, I mean, most MPVs are based on hatchbacks or small family cars, and then they've just made them slightly taller. There is some basic interior interactivity. We've got an ignition switch, the hood latch, we've got hazard lights, and the headlights. Let's go for a faster crash test into the barrier here. Slow motion. Oh, we're coming in 93 miles per hour. It's quite a lot. Bang! Oh, there goes the roof box. Wow. And the engine has actually fallen out of the body. The mod has some interesting off-road variants. We've got the lifted, which is basically a stripped down and increased suspension height, slightly off-roady version. We've also got the roof bars on the top. And I don't know why they've removed the front grille, maybe for cooling. Anyway, we've also got the rally car. This has a very unique feature. Unfortunately, as a rally car, it never really came into existence. This wasn't ever put into production. They definitely didn't take it rallying. But under the hood, we have the engine from a Nissan Skyline GTR R34. Now, in its base configuration, without turbocharging, it has 201 horsepower. It is a 2.6 litre straight 6. So being a rally car, we've got a no-me steering wheel, we've got bucket seats, but no roll cage. The seats in the back have been removed though. Right, let's take this thing rallying. Whoa! It's a lot more powerful. And listen to those straight cut gears. Wow. I've been practicing in a Assetto Corsa rally recently. Wow! Those brakes are insane. Pretty good. This is just a front-wheel drive rally car, and they can either be a complete handful or very, very good and can even beat four-wheel drive cars sometimes. This is somewhere in between. I'm turning the wheel a lot, but the front wheels just keep spinning, so I cannot get any turning action from them. They're just not grippy enough, those front wheels. But, wow, we went around that pretty quick. The engine is great. That is the real masterpiece of this mod. Again, there's no evidence that this engine was ever swapped into the Tempo Libero, but it's just a fun thing to have, you know? That's what BeamNG's about. Funny engine swaps, things like that. Then there's the tuned config, and now we do have the twin turbos that this engine deserves. It produces 942 horsepower. Insane. And we've even got nitrous. There you go, let's turn it on. Okay, off we go. Wow. First gear, crazy. Wheel spin in second. Wheel spin in third. I think we're going to have wheel spin in every gear. Yep, fourth as well. Wow, what a car. And front wheel drive still. We have got traffic on, so it's going to make it a bit more difficult. But we're still accelerating. 140. Oh my goodness. Turbocharger overheating. That's not a good sign. I'm going to try and just push it gently because I know we're overheating a bit. That's full throttle. A lot of wheel spin. That was a police car. Was it? I don't know. Oh dear. Yeah, we are wrecked. Look, the wheel's on its side. Oh dear. And the funniest thing is, this isn't even the fastest config. Wow. 180 miles per hour. 100 and... Whoa, we were up to 200 then, but only from the wheel spin. Turn in. Oh no, there's a car! Oh, Jesus. We need somewhere longer to test the legs of this car. So, of course, we had to come to the West Coast USA highway, and we've got the full speed config with 1,500 horsepower. But first, I want to show you the Derby config. Pretty interesting. We've got an exposed intercooler down there, I believe, and some kind of broken rear suspension and this brown paintwork. No glass in here, which is good for a Derby car. Inside, what do we got? Well, just an no-me steering wheel and one seat. I don't think this would be a very strong car if you hit into anything on the Derby course. But look at this, the exhaust comes through the hood. I've never seen anything like that on a car like this. And when I hit the rev limiter, watch what happens. It shoots flames. Oh, epic. But here we go, 1,500 horsepower and nitrous. Let's try the full speed on the highway. So this thing has very little torque low down, but then when the turbochargers spool up, we are off. And yeah, we're gonna get wheel spin in every single gear. Going down the highway, just wheel spinning in fifth, in sixth gear. Now this thing really is into the realms of fantasy. I don't think this would have been possible in real life. Even in game, the turbocharger is already overheating. There's 200 miles per hour. Into sixth, 220, 230, 240. There goes the wheel spin. Turn. Oh dear. That's not gone well. Oh, okay. That is a big wreck. We're just a pile of metal and rubber. And as a final challenge for the Alfa Romeo free time, we're going to take it onto the West Coast USA racetrack. Now, I don't think this is going to be very easy to drive. Whoa. We're basically stalling. There's no torque low down at all. And off we go. So yeah, will be difficult to drive, but... wow, all that power makes it a lot of fun. Brakes. Brakes are pretty good. Oh my goodness, you got to turn the wheel a lot. Wow, no torque. You got to turn the wheel a lot to get any sideways motion out of it. Look at this. This is crazy. The back wheel is lifting off the ground, I think. Yeah, it is, look. Okay, first gear. Turn. It's very hard to keep it on the track. Okay, wheel spinning around here. No, we're not. Oh no. Okay, drag it round. Bit of torque steer there, dragging us around the corner, and off we go. The one thing this car can do is the fast, long straights. Look at the fire coming through the vehicle. Coolant overheating. Whoa, nearly lost control up there. And brake. And brake! Wow! The brakes are so powerful. Okay, corkscrew corner. I'm going to try not to mess it up. Brakes on. Wow, rear wheel coming off the ground. And then just... what? Wow, wheel spin out of the corkscrew corner. That was fun. But that was The Tempo Libero, or the Alfa Romeo Freetime, a concept car like no other. Now, Bixo has another upcoming mod. It's the 2022 Honda City Sedan. That's the 7th generation. It's going to be free and will release in December 2025. So thank you to Bixo for letting me do an exclusive teaser. And if you'd like to see another of Bixo's mods, click the video on screen right now. It's a 1980s supercar concept, the Peugeot Quasar.